Professor Mohamed Buramajuku. He will give us the introduction to the event and then welcome all of us to this novel event. You're very much welcome, Professor.
The Deputy Vice-Chancellor Administration, who is sitting in for the Acting Vice-Chancellor, other principal officers of Gombe State University, deans, directors, members of the University Senate, our inaugural lecturer, Professor Wilson Danbature, our special guests, students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, good evening. First of all, let me still re-echo what the PRO University PRO earlier alluded to, our need to apologize to everyone for this very circumstance that we have found ourselves. It's not our own making. We tried as much as possible to see that we have a very smooth event as usual, especially today when we were to launch our new equipment, which the public address system is a brand new equipment procured by the university. We used to outsource this equipment, but this time the university, through the TED Fund intervention, had procured this, and we were very proud and looking forward towards the launching of this equipment this afternoon. Unfortunately, this is how it has come. So we very much apologize to everyone for this. The second other apology I also will want to make is, some of you may have noticed that we have deviated from the normal schedule for presentation of inaugural lectures. Usually we take every last Tuesday of the month. This one was originally earmarked to be held 2 weeks ago at the end of April. But again, some circumstances again beyond our control interfere with that. And so this one is holding today, Tuesday, 13th May 2025. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, sir, as usual, the main purpose of this event is to enable the lecturer being inaugurated, the professor being inaugurated, to come and profess on his chosen field or his chosen field of career and interest. And of course, they usually write something about their research work, in which they come and tell us what they have been doing, what they are still doing, and probably they try to project what might come up into the future, especially in the field of their expertise. Today, we are witnessing the 16th inaugural lecture of Gombe State University from the Faculty of Science, Department of Chemical Sciences in the Faculty of Science, by Professor Wilson Lamai Danbature, who is going to tell us about fluoride in drinking water, a blessing and a curse. So it apparently a double and, and a sword with a double edge. On the one hand, fluoride may be a blessing. On the other, it may also be a curse. So we are going to listen to Professor Danbature, and I believe we will learn quite a few things, as we usually do during this kind of events. So once more, I would like to welcome everyone, and maybe the events will continue. Thank you very much. Oh,
Thank you very much.
sorry.
Please, a round of applause once more to share this wonderful organizing points. Please, I want to respectfully recognize the president of Mr. Abdul Razak Honorable. He's the chair of the Chemical Societies of Nigeria of the State Branch. You're very much welcome, sir. We honor your presence and we welcome you to this wonderful event. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will invite at this moment the Vice-Chancellor, who will be representing the Executive Vice-Chancellor Administration, who will come to give the Vice-Chancellor's opening remarks. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The university librarian, other principal officers here present, the chairman ceremonies committee, deans, directors, invited guests from sister higher institutions in Gombe State and beyond, head of departments, my dear lecturer for the day, Professor Wilson Lamai Danbature, a friend, colleague, his family, students, staff, and members of the media, good evening. First of all, before I make my remarks, on behalf of the Acting Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ahmed Sani Yauta, who is away on an official engagement, I would like to crave for your indulgence. I can see everyone fanning. It is not our making. We sincerely apologize for the failure, but I can assure you that for every action, there must be an equal and opposite reaction. So for those who are responsible for this failure, they should keep it written that they are going to bear responsibility, and we're going to act on that, because this is unacceptable. We have enough fuel, we have generator, and we have all it takes to make Gombe State University one of the coming up in terms of welfare for both the community and visitors. So I see no reason why this kind of thing will happen. So please, I want to apologize once again. And like I've said, we are going to act appropriately. As usual, this kind of lecture started back in 2022. And today we are going to take on the 16th inaugural lecture. The idea behind inaugural lecture, like the chairman of the ceremonies committee earlier mentioned, is for those who arrive in this particular exalted seat to come and share their experience with colleagues and the community, or to come and say what they have been able to encounter during their journey through good and bad waters to where they are. And for others, it may be stories of discoveries. Perhaps during the course of their journey in academics, they might have discovered something and they want to share with the community. So as the journey is going on, today we are going to listen to our brother and friend and colleague, how his own looks like. So as I wish him a very successful presentation, I also want to thank all those who have taken their time to come here and listen to Professor Danbature. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, Professor. Please, a round of applause once more for me. Please, at this moment, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite for the citation of the inaugural lecture, the HOD Chemical Science, Dr. Sani Ahmed Yauta, while at the same time I want to claim the indulgence of the inaugural lecturer to kindly come over to the stage. Round of applause and more, please.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, sir, the celebrants, I want to stand on the existing, already established protocol for the sake of time. Professor Wilson Danbature was born at Kaltingo on the 8th of August, 1965. His educational career to this place started at the Kaltingo Primary School, where he earned his first school leaving certificate in 1978 to 1980. He proceeded, 1984. He proceeded to Federal Government College, Azare, where he did his senior school certificate from 1984 to 1985. Yeah. He proceeded to Bauchi College of Arts and Science, where he did his IJMB in 1985 to 1987. Then he has ambition to become an engineer. As a then, what I believe is that the guidance and counseling unit asked him to go for BSc chemistry. But initially, he had this ambition to become an engineer. He proceeded, he did his university BSc degree from 1987 to 1991, and Abakar Tafawa Balewa University, where he did his MSc 1998 to 2002. To become relevant in academia, he proceeded to Usman Danfodio University, where he did his PGD from 2006 to 2007. And he came back to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University for his PhD in the industrial chemistry. He started 2009. He graduated 2016. Luckily enough, today here in our midst is his supervisor for PhD. He proceeded, rather, with the working experience. Then he served at the Ohafia in Abia State in a secondary school from 1991 to 1992. Then he now got a job after graduation from NYSC with the GSS Darazo from 1992 to 1996, which was then in Bauchi State. I started lecturing at the Abakar Tatari Ali Polytechnic, Bauchi, 1996 to 2000. And when we got our state, he was transferred to Government Science Secondary School, Kaltingo, from 2001 to 2005. In 2005, Gombe State University, I think, enacted, and he became a lecturer here from 2005 to date. Professor Wilson served numerous responsibility in the university. Thus, Faculty of Science Examination Officer, 2005 to 2008, Student Advisor of the Chemical Science as well as Science Student, 2005 to 2016. He also served as Timetable Officer, Faculty of Science, Science Coordinator, Department of Chemistry, Seminar Coordinator, Department of Chemistry, Faculty Exam Officer 1. He also served as a visiting lecturer at the State University of Jos. He did his sabbatical equally 2018 to 2019 at the same university, Bokos, Plateau State. He was the HOD chemistry then, 2019 to 2024. He is presently a director, School of Pre-Degrees and Remedial Studies, 2025 to date. He also served as various committee in the university. University Student Disciplinary Committee, 2005-2008, member Faculty of Science Examination Malpractice, 2005 to 2008, member Faculty of Science Research Committee, 2014 to 2016, member Faculty of Science Examination Malpractice, 2016 to 2017, member Senate Committee Investigation Cases of Mass Failure for 100 Level Examination, 2017. Professor Wilson, he is a fellow in the Chemical Society of Nigeria, member Technical Panel for Asia-Africa Policy Review, Investigation Development Profile, member Institute of Cooperative Professionals of Nigeria. He also served in the community. He is the facilitator Millennium Development Goal Projects, 2007, 2009, and 2010. He also a facilitator, capacity building workshop for primary, junior secondary schools teachers. He also served as patron for various organizations, among which are Tanga Lewaja Student Union, Kaltingo Shangom Student Union, National Association of Science Students. Professor Wilson Danbature supervised more than 100 undergraduate students. He also supervised over 15 MSc students. He supervised and graduated over three PhD students and supervising presently over 6. And currently, he has published over 70 journal in a peer review articles. He published in also book chapters, and also I think with presently going on, he's writing a book. Professor Wilson Danbature is married with 5 children. He is the packet here today. We are happy to listen to what he's going to tell us. Thank you.
You are present to him.
Sure.
You are here present to him.
The acting Vice-Chancellor of Gombe State University, Professor Sani Ahmed Yauta, who is not here present with us, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Administration, Professor Mohamed Aladi Umar, the Registrar of the University, who is not here with us, the University Librarian, the Bursar, the Chairman and members of the University Ceremonies Committee, Provosts, Deans, and Directors, Heads of Department, distinguished professors and members of Senate, administrative and technical staff of the university community, my beloved wife and children and other family members here present, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and students. I feel honored, and it's a rare privilege for me to stand before the congregation this evening to share some of the research we have been conducting, or we have conducted in the university. Research itself, and briefly, is finding a solution to a well-defined problem. What that means is that if there's no problem, there's no need for any research. A research tries to discover things or invent. It can even validate. Sometimes when you attend conference and they ask you, this work has been done, why are you doing it? This is not a research. That is a Nigerian concept. Research validates. And in trying to validate, you can also correct. So research is not only about discoveries. It's about modifying, and it's about validating existing theories. Now, in the work we do, we try to encompass all the three main types of research. We have the experimental research, which we call the empirical research, the descriptive type of research, which is the survey type, and the historical type of research. So in this work, we have made use of all the three types of research to present what we have learned. Now, in this work also, we have identified the cause of the problem. We have identified the problem first, then the cause of the problem, how to solve the problem, and how to avoid the problem in the next future. That is what we'll be looking at. Now, the topic for discussion, fluoride in drinking water, a curse or a blessing. What is fluoride? Fluoride is the ionic form of the element fluorine. And fluorine is the most electronegative element in the periodic table. That means that fluorine is highly reactive. So if you are trying to get an elemental fluorine, it's just a waste of time because of the reactivity. Fluorine forms us. Now, where did we get fluorine? Fluorine exists in various forms. It exists in rocks, it exists in water, it exists in soil, and also exists in plants. The primary ore of this fluorine is calcium fluoride, which is known as the fluorspar. We also have some other ores of fluorine. We have the cryolite, the selenite, fluoroapatite. We have the topaz. These are forms of fluorine. Now the question is, how does fluorine get into drinking water? There are two sources. The first source is the natural source, which is the ore of this fluorine. And the second source is the intentional additions made by man, like that in toothpaste. Fluoride is added to toothpaste to prevent tooth decay. That is intentional addition. Now, during the preparation of phosphate as a fertilizer, fluoride is also released. So during surface runoff or rainfall, this fluoride will now move into water. That is how we get this fluoride in water. Now, the high fluoride levels are primarily derived from metamorphic rocks, metamorphic basement rocks, and sedimentary terrains. These are minerals containing fluoride. Now, the minerals that are in rocks and soil will leach into surface and underground waters, especially in mountainous areas. When it rains, it will now leach into water. That is how fluoride gets into water. Now, we will briefly look at places where we can get this fluoride, where the water is contaminated: Bauchi, Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Taraba, and Gombe states. In the north central, we have Plateau, Benue, and Kogi states. In the northwest, we have Kano, Kaduna,